Well, hello there and welcome back to this F1 2017 Sauber career mode. We're at Bahrain for the third round of this season with the Sauber team. You can see there our rival with Grosjean. We're now one ahead, which is nice. I've already listened to the voicemail and the target is 17th and obviously beat our rival Grosjean. Practice sessions have gone okay, got purple and everything apart from the qualifying pace one. We could only do green on that, so we missed out 20 resource points there. As for the upgrades as well, the last one came in, this one here, and now we're very close actually to, we can do that straight away if we want to. We're actually quite close to doing one of the major upgrades. I think after qualifying the race is done, we will have over 900 resource points. So I'm tempted to do a major upgrade. So that's the R&D at the moment. And if you look at the history, again, we were the only team to improve between between China and Bahrain. So we're now putting a bit of a gap between ourselves and McLaren. And the next target would be to close down the gap to Haas, Toro Rosso and Williams, who are quite close together, just ahead of us. In the vehicle management, 30% on the gearbox after 2 races so far. Onto the second units for the power units, just because the first ones are now, I mean, they're not bad. You can see they're in the 20s to 30s, 45 for the ICE, and it'll all be good for a couple more practice sessions. Just I want as much power as I can get in qualifying and the race. So there's not much else to talk about then. Like I said, the target is 17th place, so we'll go to qualifying and see if we can comfortably get ourselves through to Q2. So then here we are then in the garage. Have a quick look at the setup. I think I've got 3 sets of super softs and a set of soft tyres. I have indeed. So the car setup, then we'll drain the fuel out. Aero sitting at 4.4, gives us nice speed in sector 1 and down the back straight. Transmission 50-70. Suspension geometry a little bit down on the toes. Suspension 727455. Brakes 8556. Tyres bang in the middle for the PSI. I've dropped it down a little bit to try and protect the tyre. In fact, I might do a little bit more actually as well. And the weight distribution is at 7. So then we'll stay with the super soft tyres for now. We'll go out on track straight away and set our first lap. Hopefully it'll be the only one we have to do, and it should comfortably see us through into Q2. So just completing the lap now. Bahrain and Spain are my 2 favourite circuits on this game. So I am hoping I go well here. I can hook the lap up really nice. I've always had a nice balanced setup. And yeah, so I am confident that we can score good points here tonight. So there's just under 4 minutes left of the session. That is our lap time there. It's comfortably in 11th place, just 2 seconds off of pole position at the moment. Massa 2.6 behind. He may be a threat towards the end of the session, but I'm not going to go out again. I'm going to risk it. I'm going to stay in the garage and try to set a set of tyres. But in Q2, I think I'm going to probably go out there on a set of softs to set my only lap time, which will probably leave me in 15th place, because I want to try the one stop here, to be honest. But I'll see what my pace is like. If we end up being 11th or 12th in Q2, that's fine. It will still give us a free choice. No, it won't, will it? No, exactly. Yeah. So to do Q2, we're going to have to do the soft tyres if we want to do the one-stop strategy here. So we'll move forward to the end of the session and hopefully we manage to make it through. So there we are. We have managed to successfully go through in 11th place, which is nice. 2 seconds off of Hamilton. Bottas set his lap time on the soft tyres, which is fine for him. And relegated then from Q1 is Van Dorn, Stroll, Alonso, Verline and Palmer. So Verline's done well to get himself up to 17th place, again highlighting how much improvement that the car has made in the last couple of seasons. So hopefully it won't be too long before he starts knocking on the door of Q2. But yeah, Massa did well to get through, but Stroll on the back row with Van Dorn. It's a bit upsetting for Williams, but we're into Q2, which is nice. So we'll move forward then and see what we can do with just 15 cars left. So we just wait for the end of the session now, and indeed it is in 13th place. So Vettel, Raikkonen and Verstappen, so both the Red Bulls and both the Ferraris have decided to opt for the soft tyres. Both the Mercedes and the Force Indians into Q3 have decided to start in the super softs, and then Hülkenberg and Massa have managed to get inside the top 10 as well. So eliminated along with me is Sainz in 11th, Grosjean in 12th, who's managed to out-jump us, but we've managed to out-qualify both Kvyat and Magnussen. So I'm happy then, starting 13th place for Bahrain on the soft tyres as well, and hopefully if we can look after these things, we can bolt on a set of mediums at about lap 10, 11, something like that, and take them to the end. If not, we might have to go for an aggressive strategy, but 13th place anyway, I'm happy with. If we did go super softs, I reckon we would have yeah, we would have been close to Hülkenberg, I think, which means we would have been in Q3. But I want to try the one stop here tonight, and it's a good opportunity to do it around here. So 13th place for the race, I'm happy with that. So the resource points then for the qualifying session, 95 I think, because we didn't make it through to Q3, so not too bad. Rivalry update, I think he did that qualify. Yeah, he did. So we're now drawing with Grosjean. Hopefully we can outscore him in the race. And the reputation level creeps up with most of the people. We're back up to the top of the purple now, which is what we want to be all the time. So we'll listen to the voicemail for the racing, see what the team have set me from 13th place. 15th and beat Grosjean. I think it's achievable, certainly if we manage to make the one-stop work. Not much else to look at then, so we'll go straight to the track, have a look at the race strategy and see what we can do from the middle of the field.
We're almost ready to go then. This is what the starting grid looks like for today's race. Valtteri Bottas lines up on pole position and Lewis Hamilton completes the front row. Looking down the rest of the grid we have Vettel, Raikkonen, Daniel Ricciardo and Verstappen, Ocon, Perez, Hulkenberg and Felipe Massa, Sainz, Grosjean, Sauber and Kvyat, Magnussen, Palmer, Fernando Alonso, at last Stroll, Van Dorn and Pascal Wehrlein completes the grid. And now it's time to head down to the track.
So looking at the grid there, everyone pretty much stays in the order, apart from Pascal Wehrlein, who did qualify well in 17th, but he's got a grid penalty and will start the race at the back. So we'll have a look at the race strategy and look at that. So it's completely pointless then even attempting to set our running time in Q2 on the soft tyres, because it tells us we can do whatever the hell we want. So I'm a little bit confused. We will bump in 4 laps of extra fuel. I am going to change the strategy. 2 stops it's saying. We'll try the 1 stop. We'll go on to the original allocation. Can it please let me have the medium tyres, please? I'd like... Hold on, right. If I do that, and then do that, and then... well, it doesn't really matter. We're going to wing it anyway. We know we've got a set of softs, mediums, and super soft tyres. So I'm happy to just leave that as it is, and we'll just sort of wing it. So we'll start on the medium tyres at least. We'll try and get as far as we can onto the soft tyres. I think quite a few people are probably even going to be doing 2 or maybe even 3 stops here, but we're going to try the 1. Let's hope it goes well for us. Session forecasting, see obviously it's cloudy going into the night race, which is fine. So we'll do the formation lap, get that over and done with, and then see if we can achieve the 1-stop strategy and a clean start here at Bahrain. So here we go, the lights coming on now. We're the only car starting this race on the medium compound tyres. Let's hope it pays off for us. Lights out now. It's not the great start. A couple of people up ahead weaving. We'll hug the inside line. And 4 wide down into turn 1. Let's try not to lose our nose. A little bit of contact with the Toro Rosso. More contact ahead. The Haas. Oh, the Force Indias are fighting. We're going to lose a lot of positions here. Back up the inside down to turn 3. Be brave. It's worked out well. Back up to 11th. So coming across the line to complete lap 1. I've got a Toro Rosso of Kvyat up behind me. We're getting a nice tow from Hulkenberg. Kvyat is going to try it though. Hang around the outside, a little bit of contact inside for turn 2. It's kind of crucial that we try not to lose as many positions as possible in the opening laps here, because we're going to be quite slow. A lot of fuel on board, medium tyres, but we're playing the long game here. This is a race that will come to us if this strategy works. So we get in a nice tow from Hulkenberg, but here comes Kvyat as well. Up the inside into turn 1. Hulkenberg's got the inside for turn 2. Oh, but he's got a slow exit though. So we are now into the top 10. So we're in rich mix now for a few laps. Managed to pull a bit of a gap over the Toro Rossos behind us, and we're keeping the guys ahead of us a bit honest. A few people have already made pit stops off of their super soft tyres, so I reckon in a handful of laps we'll find ourselves in the lead. So pretty much everyone has now completed their first pit stop. We are in 2nd place. Bottas has managed to get past us, as I made a mess of that by shifting down to 1st. Hamilton in 3rd, running the super soft tyres. We're at 39% on the left rear after 9 completed laps. So I reckon we're on target here for probably pitting at the end of lap 16 for a set of soft tyres, which we'll then really have to look after to get to the end to make this strategy work. But I'm still thinking that maybe we might have to do a 2-stop. But if we keep this up at the moment, we're looking good for the one. It's coming out of the final corner to start lap 12, 47% now. And looks like some of the guys are going into the pits again. Yellow flags are out as well. Oh, VSC's out. Not too sure what's happened there then. So Hamilton's already made a second pit stop, which is surprising to me. We're now at 50% on the front left. And there's a car going very slowly in sector 1. So I'm assuming that's why the VSC was out. You can see the other flags are up at the top of the hill. So we're still in second place for now. The strategy is still working fine. So we've got Raikkonen behind us. There's slow cars around here. Oh, is that a Ferrari by any chance? It is. It's Vettel going slowly. So retirement on Australia. And now he's already a lap down here at Bahrain. It's not working out well for him this season. We don't care. That's another place that won't come under our threat. So into lap 16 then, 62% on the tyres. I reckon by the end of lap 18 it'll be 70%, and that's probably when I'm going to pit for a set of soft tyres. As Perez comes past us into 4th place. Perez is locked up, and unfortunately we've managed to go into the back of him, which means we've damaged our front wing a little bit. Here we go then, 71% on the front left. And here we come now for our one and only stop. I've noticed the team have put on the qualifying set that we use, so that's really fucking helpful. We've already lost at least a lap worth of tyre wear there, but we'll push on. I think we'll still get to the end anyway. Out in 7th place. I know Sainz has got another pit stop to make. So we're looking good for a handful of points here. And we've got Hamilton in the pit, so we're going to jump Hamilton, who's made a 3rd pit stop. So we're up to 5th. Ricardo's really tucked underneath us this time. He's got a better chance getting past here. Again, we defend well. You have to really fight me here if you want this 5th place off me. I will push for as long as I can. My tyres are starting to cry a little bit here now. 54% on the front left. These soft tyres are taking a real hammering. I think it's only a matter of time until Hamilton gets past me. He might even try it into the final corner. He is. Don't know why he just didn't wait for DRS. But he's gone through now. And Ricciardo behind me as well. Tyres have almost cried enough here already. We're getting a good tow from the back of the Mercedes though. Oh, unlucky for Kvyat. He's out of the race with just a few to go. Almost 2 laps to go then. Still got Ricciardo behind me. It'll be majorly impressive if we manage to hold him off. But our tyres are now absolutely dead. Here he comes. We'll do the old famous turning together into turn 1 and then have the inside for turn 2. And it works again. Managed to keep him back. 2 straights in the corners to go. I've barely got any fuel. 0.03. But he's not close enough, so if we manage to get the braking right for this final corner, which we do, and the front left doesn't explode, we're going to take down 6th place. Great result. The one-stop strategy helped. Very happy. So there we go, and Bottas has won with Raikkonen 2nd, and Perez does get the final podium spot, so well done to him from 8th on the grid. Verstappen was 4th, Hamilton we know passes for 5th, we finished 6th ahead of Ricciardo, Grosjean, Ocon and Palmer. We're the only guy to make 1 stop. The majority of the field made 2, a few people made 3 stops including Macedon in 13th and Hulkenberg in 14th. Alonso, Stroll and Van Dorn 15th, 16th, 17th for lapped once. Vettel was lapped twice after he had a problem and was going back to slowly into the pits halfway around the race. And Kvyat and our own teammate Verline unfortunately retired from the race. So he made the one stop work. I'm just looking to see if a two stop would have made much of a difference. I think if we managed to do the two stop in that race, to be honest, I think our best lap time is only a couple of tenths away from these guys here, so I reckon we might have been fighting around 8th, 9th or 10th. So I think the one stop did help us. We managed to keep it clean and keep Ricciardo behind us for the last 10 or 11 odd laps, which is very satisfying. So yeah, 8 points, very nice result. So we'll have a quick look at the race director, see what's happened in here. We exceeded the track limit at one point on lap 21. Can't remember where. Oh yeah, that was at the top of the double right-hander in sector 3. Ran a little wide over the curb. Kvyat got a warning for colliding with Vettel, and both mechanical failures for Verline and Kvyat. So we'll look at the standings then. Bottas takes the lead, 58 points, with Verstappen in second on 49 and Ricciardo in third on 36. Perez is up to 5th after his podium, and Vettel and Hamilton down in 6th and 7th, so they're not having very good seasons. Ocon as well, we knew that he'd have a better season this time around after the Force India update. He's in 8th. Palmer somehow is in 9th place, and we're now back inside the top 10. Drivers yet to score. Both the Williams, Massa and Stroll, our own teammate Verline, Van Dorn in a McLaren and Kvyat in the Toro Rosso. In the Constructors, Red Bull still lead, 85 points, just 2 points ahead of Mercedes. Ferrari are a few points back in 3rd place, and Force India are looking very comfortable in 4th. We're up to 7th ahead of McLaren. Williams still yet to score. I didn't think after 3 races that the only team yet to score would be Williams, and they're having a right shocker so far. So 6th place, 8 points. With the one-stop strategy, very happy from 13th on the grid. Yeah, good night, and good night's worth of racing. Very pleased, and yeah, so that's one of my 2 favourite tracks done. Spain is up in a couple of episodes' time as well, and I'll be hoping to do a similar result there as well. But for now, anyway, 8 points at Bahrain, good achievement, very happy. So the resource points for the race. Not too bad, another 123. That does take us over the 900 point mark. And the resource points for the practice, qualifying and the race as well, another 56. And we are getting quite close now to unlocking 15%. I think it will happen around about Austin or Mexico, something like that, towards the end of the season. And the rivalry update, 3-3. So we are still drawing with Grosjean. And the reputation or the team approval of all the other teams would have gone up quite well as well. Very productive race, scored good points, finished ahead of 15th and obviously beat our teammates, so that's nice to see. And the career score for the weekend as well. Let's hope this is another 10,000 point plus. It should be. A quick look, yeah, 11154. Very nice. Season total 30,000. And we've got no classic car event, so that's fine, but I'm sure we'll have a few of them as the season goes on. So we'll have a quick look at upgrades then, see what we can do. First of all, the power units. I'll change these back to unit number 1 for the practice sessions at Russia, which will be the next episode, so that's fine there. 211 laps expected last round. The gearbox, we've now done halfway through this gearbox, is at 36%. That's fine, and that's alright to be honest, yeah. So right then, so we've got enough to do we've almost got enough to do an ultimate upgrade, just 1200 points, but I'd rather leave it. So then let's have a look. Should we go for a major upgrade? It's going to take 2 weeks, and I want to kind of get the majors and the last minor and the 4 majors all done before the end of the season. Well, we will get them done before the end of the season. That will jump us up ahead of Force India, which is quite nice. And it will leave us with just over 1,000, and we only need 500 at the next event to unlock this as well, which I think we can do. We could always as well move it. I mean, are we close to unlocking this? We can unlock the first part of this. Oh, I'm tempted. Oh, let's think about it. I want to get the chassis done. Well, we will get the major and the minor stuff done on the chassis this season, that's fine, but I want to kind of knock on with the powertrain as well, and we can do that straight away, and that will leave us with 411. I did say that I was going to kind of wait for the sponsor bonus to come in, and then whenever we get a sponsor bonus, which will be probably 2 or 3 times during the season, we'll then spend it over here to get these a bit cheaper. But I think we should probably stick to the chassis. We can worry about the aero at the end of the season. That's the plan anyway, the end of season 3, to basically spend our bonuses on that and that, which will get that nicely done. Yeah, I think what we will do... Yeah, we'll do a major. So this will be a fuel tank repositioning, the weight redistribution. The fuel tank position can be moved to a more central location in order to improve handling predictability across all fuel loads. So we'll do that then. Lovely, it leaves us with 111. If it doesn't come in, it means we'll have to pay, how much is it? It's 900, so it's going to take 2 weeks for it to come in, and by that time we'll have at least 450 credits. If it does fail, that's fine, and it should hopefully jump us ahead of Force India, which is nice. So that is everything all done then. As you can see, we'll have a look at the simultaneous and what we got. With 13 more races as first driver to unlock 15%, and just 5 more races to unlock 30% quicker in the pit stop efficiency. And we still need to do 8 more classic events to unlock the halving the development time on the ultimate upgrade. So the chassis is still working away nicely. Very nice indeed. We'll end the episode here then. So thank you very much for watching. Good result in the end on the one-stop strategy. A bit disappointed that, you know, I went out in Q2 and set my best time on a set of soft tyres, and then the game didn't register it. I'll probably have to remember that, and maybe it's what you... I mean, the thing is, though, I noticed in on the race director or on the formation lap, both the... I think it was the Ferraris and the Red Bulls who opted to do their best time on the soft tyres. They had to start on the softs, but I don't know, maybe that's because they made it through to Q3. I don't know. I think maybe it is. So yeah, maybe something we'll have to do in Russia or something like that. But Russia's next. It should be an easy one-stop race, so there's no worries about tyre wear there. So thank you very much for watching this episode. I hope you enjoyed it, and do join me back in the next few days where we'll have round 4 of season 3, where hopefully we'll go for another decent top 10 finish. So for now, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you all very soon.